Not really. Because income hasn't been going up with inflation. Right? Well, yeah. But yeah. But people do that anyways now, right? They just go on government aid. That's what they do. Unfortunately. Which is a whole different... But the housing market is specifically... is because I worked in the banking industry, and we're headed for another collapse, probably pretty soon. I don't know what's going on with you anymore, Iron. You're just all over the place. Just all over the place. It's unacceptable. But yeah, they made, as soon as the government got involved with housing, that's it. They screwed it. It's somebody in their 30s is screwed between the cost of basic necessities like food and insurance and all that stuff. Like, it used to be you could rent for cheaper than you can buy. Now you almost have to buy. But people are jacking up the prices because they see, because government keeps appraising houses for way more than they're worth, so they can get more tax revenue out of it. And that's the problem. House prices are being jacked up so the government can get more revenue out of it. Kind of. So there's pros and cons, right? So if you're renting, you're not fixing the major problems in the house, right? Which, let me tell you, that bill stacks up quick. So technically it is more expensive if you add in all the other stuff to own your own house. Because like I said, you're paying for all the big, I had to get new washer and dryers, where that wasn't too bad. But the AC unit furnace went dead, and then I was on an old system, so they had to drill in a drainage pipe for the new system, and it gets expensive, quick. It's amazing how, and that's why I started to learn how to do things myself. So, when my first time my AC went, I just fixed it myself. Oh yeah. Well, so it used to be people rented the houses cheaper. Now people are like, well, I'm just gonna have people who rent pay for my entire mortgage and property taxes. And so you're basically paying to pay off somebody else's house. That's all you're doing, renting. So instead of putting equity into your own place and building wealth, which I get is unbelievable. I mean, I got so lucky. I caught my house right at the tail end. Well, about 10 years, 15 years ago? 15 years ago is when I purchased my house. And it was at a downward trend, and so I got the house relatively cheap. Yeah. And so the sad part is, it's I look at my house now, and I went to check and see how much my house was appraised for now. And they have it appraised for over twice about what I paid for. And I was like, what in the heck? I wouldn't pay that. I love my house. Let's put that up there right away. I love my house. Ranch style house. It's got 3 bedrooms. It's got a little office thing in the basement, which I never used. But it's got a full full basement. I've got a family room, which is my office. I've got a living room, I got a dining room, and I got a kitchen, and I got a 3 seasons room, and I sit on a quarter an acre, half an acre, quarter of an acre. I think I'm on. That's fully fenced in. So I love my house. I would not pay double what I paid. Just wouldn't. There's no. And I wouldn't expect anybody else to pay double. Well, and millennials are getting smart, right? They're going, well, crap, I can't purchase a house by myself. What they're doing... Okay, did I miss it? Oh, I'm not bringing that stuff in. I was like, wait a minute. I'm doing something wrong. So what they're doing now is millennials are getting together with themselves, like a bunch of other millennials, and trying to split the load. Which, yeah, good. Good on you. Like, what the heck? Tomato, I guess. Like, none of it's. Yeah, what's up, Goose? None of it's great. All right. These stack up to 100, but I'm pretty sure I can't use 100 of these darn things at one time. I mean, you can. I was surprised to know that there have been, in the United States, over the course of its history, there has been 31. No way. There have been 31. Tribes that's setting up a socialist area in America. It's been tried over 30 times. I don't remember exactly if it's like 30. I want to say 32, but I'm gonna get that wrong. Okay. But yeah, it's been. So you're. I've heard. Hearing bear. All that's been coming up is that they were destroyed by bears. Well, that's freedom. That's freedom 101. You know what I mean? Doesn't always work out the way you expect it, but that sucks. Yes, they're wild animals. Like, yeah, they're wild animals. Just let them. I mean, it is what it is. Alright, so we're going to be starting to work on our Dyson Sphere. So we need, because I think I have everything else, except for the logistics bot, and I'm not building logistics. I don't like them. Personally. See, we finally have this. Well, actually, there are people with, well, I shouldn't say people. People's a bad word for it. There are places in this world where people have a lot of freedom. And they do just fine with it. Now, it's only for one class of person, so, I mean, we can argue the merits of if it's a good thing or not, but they are free. And it works for their whole society. So, it can be done. The problem is, the biggest problem is, human beings want power. Well, yeah, the I mean, did anybody think to bring a good hunting rifle? You know, now you got warm clothes and food. Just saying. Might not be the correct answer, but you know. Do I have everything? I think I have everything. I think I'm gonna go with yes, and if I find that it's a no, I'm gonna do this. But not all of them. See, it's like, yeah, not all of them. You know, it's like any of the political parties, right? Nobody lines 100% with the political party, you know. There's ebbs and flows. You know. I know my stance on gun control. But, remember, I'm a trained infantryman. So, which actually doesn't make it. The statement's still valid. So, I mean, depends on what your definition of an assault rifle is. Like, AR-15 shoot one bullet. I mean, that's all they do. They're semi-automatic. You cannot buy from a gun store. Like, you can't just go into a gun store and buy a fully automatic weapon. No such thing. Yes, I 100% agree with that statement. That too many gun owners do not properly know how to control. I mean, look, if they're taking over your civilization, you don't care about the cost. You put them down, no matter, you know, put them down. But again, there's too many people that don't respect firearms, and unfortunately, they're not taught to respect firearms. You know, my parents always loved to tell the story of that when they were kids. They would go to high school, and everybody, like all the guys at the high school, had shotguns and rifles in their trucks. These are 15, 16, 17-year-old, 18-year-old kids that had shotguns with ammo and rifles with ammo, and there was never school shootings. Nobody would have thought to go and shoot up a school, right? Thing that in America that we sometimes forget is a gun's just a tool. You know what I mean? It's just a tool. What always comes down to me, right, is if this is the equation I always do. I always come back to. This is my thought. If every single person, let's say every person in America was mandated by law to own a gun, right? Own 100 guns, right? But everybody in America was Gandhi. Would there be any gun violence? Well, he might switch his tune, but under his pretense, no. Well, and I think you need to start training kids, because kids are getting hold of, and I hate saying this because I'm a video game player, but they're getting hold of video games and they're watching TV and they're watching movies, and they're not being taught from a young age to be respectful of firearms, that it's not a toy. Switzerland, that sounds about right. I would assume Switzerland probably has. They're probably all armed. But kind of funny. You know, I was looking at a statistic. They were rating. You're 100% right. That's only one. It's a big topic. There's no one, right? And everybody's opinion is valid, right? There's no one thing that points to here and there, and you know what I mean. But I heard an interesting statistic. America ranks number 1 and number 2. We're in the top 5 for most gun deaths per capita, right? Well, yeah, that's true too. Because it's per capita. There are some places that are a lot worse than us. Well, a lot of our politicians think that a 50 or a 9mm bullet is a 50 caliber bullet that goes in AR-15s. AR-15s use 50 caliber bullets. Like, come on, do a little bit of research. Yeah, no. Well, no, 9 mil. Not even if it's hollow. I'm starting to think if it's hollow point or if it's even if it's blueback, it's not gonna. Yeah, no. But so it's funny. So we're in the top 5 of gun deaths per capita. However, if you take out the 5 biggest cities in America, does anybody know what we rank if you just take out the 5 biggest cities in America? For gun deaths per capita. We take out the top 5 cities. Anybody want to take a guess where we would be at? Yeah, like second from the bottom. Like, that tells me that yeah, so that tells me that we don't have a gun problem in this country. We have we have problems with our cities, our 5 biggest cities. Maybe we should look into that before we start, stripping people of their rights. Just saying, Just my thought, though. Could be wrong, and I'm open to being wrong. But yeah, I heard that statistic. I was like, you got it. No. What did I actually do here? Okay, I did something funky here. My brain is... Okay, yeah, I got it. Okay. Let's... What the heck? Okay. I don't know what I just did there. So I get into the chit-chatting with you guys, and I get all discombobulated. Alright. These are all... Well, okay. I know this was a formatter. Let's do that. Well, you should... honestly, in my opinion, they should have not live fire gun training in high school, but they should have gun training classes. So I teach... like when I teach, I teach every once in a while to my friends and to my friends' kids. And before I'll ever take anybody to the range, I don't care who they are, I gotta know that they can at least understand things in the classroom. So if they can, like, and I go through a full course with them, and we do mock training for being at the range. Because if I'm at the range through somebody and they're being unsafe, I'm going to put them down. And I'm not a violent person. Like, I hate that kind of stuff. But I will put you, I will take that weapon away from you and put you on the ground hard. You will not like me afterwards if I see you doing something stupid with it. So, yeah, no, but too many people are so afraid of guns, and it's like, a gun can't do anything to you. That's number one. That's number one. Because the biggest things is always, well, it depends on what you're going with. But if you're talking about range etiquette, right? You never approach your weapon in the ammo. What's up, Chief? Unless you're ready to engage the target in front of you, right? Always keep the gun down range. Always make sure you have ear protection in, right? There's no talking. Don't turn around. There's no snapping photos. Your focus better be 100% down range. If you move at all from that 100% focus down range, I'm going to start getting nervous. When I get nervous, you're going to start losing the ability to shoot that pistol. Or whatever you're shooting. Focus. You got to shoot your rounds. And when you're done, then we can talk about whatever you want to talk about. But until you're not, whilst you have that firearm in your hand, it better be pointed down range all the time, and your focus better be down range, because you never know if stupid's gonna walk in front of you. They're fun. I like shooting. I go shooting, not very much anymore, but I like shooting. It's fun. I go shooting with my dad sometime. Yeah, like I said, they're just a tool. That's all they are. And if you don't need the tool, then don't get the tool. You know, like that's. You know. Yeah. I like rifles too, although I like a good AR. Like, I'm a fan of the AR system. But it's, again, no. I'm talking about normal ARs, not ARs that people have modified to be whatever. Because that's a whole different cup of tea that I'm not going to get into. But your typical AR is just a single shot rifle. Yes, there is. Oh, you're talking about... No. Nope. AR does not stand for assault rifle. Nope. It's the biggest misconception about ARs. It does not... AR does not stand for assault rifle. It's Armalite. I'm gonna butcher the name. Yeah. But for any... No, and I figured you did. But it's not... See, assault rifle is a bad nomenclature too, because... Thank you. Armalite. Because all rifles are assault rifles. I can take any rifle and assault somebody with it. Then again, I can take any kitchen knife and assault somebody with them too. So I mean, really, or any keys that are in my pocket. I mean, really, it's, you know. But the thing that people have a problem with, well, a lot of people have a problem with, not all people, I should say, is the fact that they look like they're military. And it's like, well, yes, our military does use an M4, but technically at one point in time we used long neck rifles, and those would be considered, you know. Yeah, let's see. There should be a way to... Maybe there's not a way. Hold on, we'll get you there. Hold on. Yeah. So one person suggested putting down belts in the direction that. Yeah, we're about to go on lunch. Oh, just lunch. We're just gonna go on lunch for 35 minutes, and we'll be back for another 4 hours. So yeah, don't worry about. We'll be back. Yeah, it doesn't look like they've implemented map markers yet, Chief. I'm sorry. I know there's a way to do it, obviously to go to different planets, but yeah, they haven't done it. When I read your message, it didn't. We should probably leave the gun talk under the table for a little bit. As long as nobody else is having an issue with it, then we can do. We can keep it going. But if anybody's having an issue with it, then let me know. Okay. Yeah, so we're gonna go on lunch. For those that are new to the channel, we do take a half an hour lunch, or 35-minute lunch, which gives me a chance to actually eat and do things I need to do. And then we're gonna be back for another 4 hours at 12:30 Central. So we do have words on stream for our lunch entertainment. So if I don't see you guys after lunch, then I appreciate everybody that was here, and I hope you have a fantastic day. And hopefully we'll see you guys back at 12:30 Central for some more. Until then, have a fantastic lunch, everybody. Well, and rifling. Don't forget, but you can chalk that up with in your barrel. But yeah, rifling has a lot to do with it too. But all right, guys, we'll see you after lunch.